I'm so glad to finally virtually meet you
Hi.
because we've been talking. Welcome, you guys. So welcome again to Melanin Manuscripts Author Spotlight. So this is our installment number 2. Tonight we got BM Hardin. And so let me share a little bit about her. So BM Hardin is a best-selling author known for writing addictive twist-filled stories that keep readers guessing until the very last page. She has built a loyal readership by delivering unforgettable thrillers, suspense novels, relationship dramas filled with shocking secrets, betrayal, and jaw-dropping plot twists, which I can attest to. Her novels feature complex characters, fast-paced storytelling, and endings readers never see coming. Yes, yes. So, I said we got to get you. We got to. So I'm so happy we connected.
Thank
And so for
you.
those of us joining, we connected regarding the book. So I was like, oh yeah, that seems interesting. Let me get that. Then I was like, let me get that coloring book. Yes. I'm so happy I circled back because right after you and me spoke, I was like, well, I just about to start this author spotlight. And I'm like, I want you to, be part of it, especially after reading. But I flew through this. It didn't take long. It didn't take long.
Thank
Hey
you.
y'all joining. Yes, he said Jane.
Hey. Thank you for reading.
So obviously I want to jump right in. For readers who may be meeting you for the first time, just tell us a little bit about yourself and I guess how you found your way into writing.
Okay, so I am author BM Hardin. You can call me Bree. We friends, y'all. Okay. Born and raised in North Carolina. I have always, always, always loved to write. I remember trying to write my first book when I was 14.
Oh wow.
And my grandmother was like, "You don't know nothing yet. Like, what you gonna write about?" And I was like, "I'll figure it out." But she was right. And again, after a bad breakup around 22, I was like, "Let me try again. Maybe I know a little more now." And so I
Yes.
did try my hand with romance at first, which I still love romance, but thrillers is where my heart is. I love plot twists, drama, twists and turns. That's my thing. So even when I'm watching TV, I'm a huge thriller, suspense TV type of girl. So I love it. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. The James is probably one of my favorite books that I have ever written, which is why I decided to start promoting it so heavy because it
Yes.
came out in 2017. So, yeah, it didn't get the hype it deserved. So I changed the
Yeah.
cover, revised it a little bit, and started promoting heavily. And it's up from here. It's up from here.
Yeah. And I had no idea. Like you have an extensive catalog.
Mhm.
Mind y'all, I put the link right at the bottom to shop the catalog. But you have an extensive catalog. I love your website.
Thank
Um,
you.
and I was my next question was going right into what you said. Like you've literally written across multiple
Hmm.
genres from what
Hmm.
I've seen. You have urban fiction, romance, the mystery
Hmm.
thrillers. What and you kind of already answered it because I was going to ask you like what keeps bringing you back to like those
Hmm.
psychological suspense thrillers.
It's my thing. And see, I ghostwrite for a lot of authors too.
Yes.
So
I
I'm
saw
very
that.
experienced in every genre, so I can write
Yes.
whatever I'm in a mood for. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I got this idea. I'll just write it. But mystery, thrillers, jaw dropping moments.
Right.
I live for those type of things. So that's my sweet spot. Even with the James, I had a dream about the book.
Wow.
And got up, took notes, and I was like, I'm gonna write it. And I brought it to life. So that's my sweet spot.
Yeah. And I was looking too through your catalog and I was like, and we're not just talking books that you read. Obviously, we talked about the coloring book, which
Mm-hmm.
I saw, you have the other one that just came out in June.
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw you have another one on your catalog,
Mm-hmm.
but you
Mm-hmm.
also have the planners, book
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
journals. So you have a lot of different things. And I was like, I gotta take some time on this.
Yes, yes, that's how I've kind of had my head down a little bit the past 5 years because I've been ghostwriting. So my
Yeah.
stuff kind of took the back burner. I was
Yeah.
doing journals. I had a journal go viral 2 years ago. So then that just kind of took over the book world, and all of
Yeah.
that was just kind of on the back burner. But I'm back now, baby. I'm back.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And we're here for it. Okay.
Okay.
So let's get into the Janes.
Okay.
I had such a fun time reading this. Like you said, those twists, those turns, I did not see some of them coming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know in my review, I was like, it reminded me of like those short series, like what was that? The Watcher, Stepper Watch, all of those. Like I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this is very suspenseful. This is eerie. And then in the end, you're like, oh, yeah, what? So, obviously, in thinking about this, what was like the light bulb moment? And you said you had a dream about it. So that's what I was going to ask you. Like, what was the light bulb moment that made you think this is a story I have to tell?
Yeah, so like for days I was just singing, I'm in love with Mary Jane. You know, I was just singing the song. And
Yeah.
then one night I went to sleep and in my dream I was literally living in a neighborhood where everybody had my name. And I was like,
Mm,
what the F is going on,
yeah.
So when I woke up and I was like, I think that'll make a good story. And to be honest, though, it's compared to um Stepford Wives a lot. When I wrote it, that wasn't I had never
Right.
even seen the
Right.
movie yet. So
Yeah.
and then people started saying, wait a minute, this sounds like that. So I went and watched it. I was like, okay, I can see, whatever. But
Yeah.
it was a dream. And I woke up and in my dream I was like, wait a minute. This might make a good story,
Yeah.
and I didn't expect it to become one of my favorite stories, but it absolutely is. It really is.
I was like, and did yes, I really and it wasn't. I think I read this like in a day. Like I just went through it. Like it was like I got invested. I was like, okay, I need to see what's happening next. What these women's about? What this cherry pie? Like we need to figure this out. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
So without giving away any spoilers from anyone who didn't read, what do you hope readers take away? I guess beyond the mystery itself.
That writing can still be fun. It can have a plot, it can have the twist, but it's supposed to be enjoyable.
Right.
I think some of the books I've read these day and times, it, it's not what it used to be. I can remember being 14, 15, reading Zane and stuff, even though I didn't have no business reading it. But, even The Little House on the Prairie was one of my favorite books. And even though
Mm,
it it just had something more. It was fun. It was interesting. I could literally see what I was reading, and that's why
yeah.
I write the way I write. I want them to be able to visualize the story
Yeah.
almost as if it's a movie. Praise God, it's coming, but I want them to be able to see it as one.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right, because as I was reading this, I was literally imagining the scenes, and and that's where my edits came from. Like, what would that look like? And her showing up
Hmm.
to the door
Hmm.
with the pie, like what all the things, like them stay all standing outside,
Hmm.
things like that.
Hmm.
I'm like, what is about to happen here? So yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
So every woman being Jane, immediately it creates that unease, right?
Hmm.
Even Jane picks up on it. Why was it important, I guess, in this story that identity played such a central role in it to begin with?
I think that was part of my black girl crown moment feeling of it. I wanted her to be comfortable with who she was, and no matter what y'all say, I'm me, and I don't want to be you. And
Right,
I keep that attitude even in business. I'm BM Hardin. I don't want to be anybody else. I want to do
right,
my own thing. So I wanted her to have that same attitude.
right. Yeah. And she did. She let them know, like, no, that's not what we're gonna do.
Right, right.
So there was a lot of moments where, especially as I was getting into it, I'm like, okay, I think I have this figured out, or I think this is what it was. Then it was absolutely not. So do you outline your twist? Like how do you do it? Like what happens in the beginning, or do they surprise you while you're writing? So what does that look like for you when you're
Both. I outline my stories from beginning to the end first. And then as I'm writing, whatever pops in my mind or whatever I think might make it a little better, I throw it in there. But normally, 9 times out of 10, 90% of the book is outlined from beginning to the end. So I literally spend maybe a week or two just outlining, just putting in what I think should go where, and it makes writing it easier for me.
yeah. Yeah. And do you feel like any of the characters like were a challenge, or was any of these characters difficult for you to write?
Maybe Blonde Jane. Even though she's my favorite character,
Okay.
I wanted readers to hate her, but I also didn't want to come off as racist. I didn't want to come off at, it was,
Yeah.
she was a little more complex for me. I wanted her to be evil, but not, gory or, that type. She was complex for me to write, but I think I did a good job. I think I
You,
got
you did. You did. It's like, what? Yeah.
her.
All of and then you throughout the story, like each of them, there was something unique about them that you mentioned. So you can
hmm
follow, like,
hmm
even though
hmm
everybody's named Jane,
hmm
that's that Jane, that's this Jane,
hmm
it made
hmm
sense. Um, do you think, or I guess which character do you think is misunderstood in the story at all, if any?
Bryce. He loves Jane, even though he didn't step up like he should have.
And I'm like,
He loves that woman. Okay. He loved her real bad. He just wanted to be the logical one.
yeah.
I wanted him to come off as logical, practical, even though he kind of came off as an asshole a little bit sometimes, but I think he's the most misunderstood. I see people want to whoop his tail all the time in my comments.
Well, and I found him funny. I'm like, right. You're going through all this, and you like, baby, what's up? I'm like, Bryce, be serious.
She
Like,
said Bryce was about making babies on your
yes.
podcast.
I'm like, Bryce, this is serious right now. She's stressing out. He's like, well, baby, we got time.
Yes, yes,
He
yes.
was funny to me.
hmm
But I felt that too from what you said. Like throughout it, you could tell he was like, let's just be practical. Like, let's
hmm
not overreact
hmm
now. Because
hmm
for a minute, I was like, is she tripping? Or
hmm
then I was like, no, we got to see this through.
Because in real life, that's me. I'm the practical one, and my boo was more like, "F that, we going off,"
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's kind of me. He's kind of me. I'm more like, let's think about this. Are we gonna go
yeah,
to jail? Is somebody gonna die? Like, what's
yeah,
gonna happen? So
yeah. Now with best friend, what
mm,
do you feel like? Like, was that? And you say you outlined the story. So from the beginning,
that wasn't. Mm-mm,
okay, because I was
mm-mm,
like, because that was, yeah, for anyone who didn't read, I was like,
mm-mm.
hmm,
I threw that on in there. Like so I had to.
I
I was
love it.
like, she ain't important enough. Let's give her a little something extra. So
Yeah,
yeah, I threw that in there.
yeah, yeah. That's it. What one of the things I love about it, it doesn't matter what genre, like those twists and
hmm
turns is like the ones that are completely unpredictable.
Yes,
Like
yes,
we say our jaw was dropping, like we really do mean it, and then
yeah,
you see it
yeah,
like you're
yeah,
like, what?
yeah.
I was taken aback. I was like, I did not see that. I did not see some of this coming.
hmm
Um, so in general, in thinking about like just your writing process, what does that look like? Are you like I know you say you outline, but are you like a meticulous plotter or someone who just kind of lets the story unfold? Like you outline it, but all the meat and potatoes in between, like how is that? How does it come
Both.
together for
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I'm both. It takes me forever to finally say, okay, it's done. I
Yes.
read it 4, 5, 6, 7, 30 times before I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this chapter is done. So I'm a little bit of both. I plan it. I kind of know the beginning, the middle, where I want it to end, but it just comes. So as it comes, I just let it flow.
And when you're writing a thriller, like how do you balance giving clues with, like I said, not making it predictable? Like, because the twists were, I was like, okay,
They ain't number God. I don't know. I can't answer.
like I
But
got that.
I have no idea. I mean, and I take so many notes in between. Like, wait a minute, if I mention this, I got to hint at this. I got to do. It's difficult. It
Yeah.
really is difficult.
Yeah. And besides, the Janes, you have other suspense mysteries and so forth. What I guess, and I looked through the catalog, like which other ones for people who like this, who are
hmm
like, yes, this one. What other story titles that you have do you feel like needs to come to the front too?
Everybody Lies is
I was
definitely a
looking at that
mystery.
text.
It's going to have you like, who did it? Where they do it? You're going to have to follow the clues. So,
Yeah.
Everybody Lies. I love, love, love. Give Him Back 1 and 2 as well.
Okay.
You'll never see the twist. Plot twist wise, that one probably has the most plot twist, like the James. My book that I call Home is Secrets of the South. I love it. So I think readers will love it too. It hasn't got the hype. It's next on my list to hype up.
Yeah.
It hasn't got the hype that I think it deserves. So that one is next on my list to push out from my older catalog.
Right. And when you push out, like, and I know you had shared like the Facebook side, is that more where you find your folks? I know people do TikTok or some do IG. Where do you mainly push out some of your material so people know.
So I'm a Facebooker because, like I said, 5 years, I kind of had my head down to the TikTok, the Instagram, so I'm trying to learn it now.
Okay.
So I'm getting better with it, but Facebook, I love Facebook. That's my go-to.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, I saw the titles, but then when I really scrolled through where it says to follow on Amazon, I was like, it's a bunch of series. It's a bunch of, I will be reading more. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And again, for those who joined, there's a link right at the bottom that says Shop BM Hardin's catalog. So definitely check it out. And someone asked, I'm gonna just throw this in there, even though I was going to the end. Someone said, what is Reverse My Curves about?
Reserve My Curves. She is a, let me see how I can say it without giving it away.
Right, right.
She finds herself in a situation where she's basically selling that ass. Okay. She's a plus size lady. She's kind of introduced to the lifestyle after struggling, after, wanting a better life. She's introduced to this hotel that does extracurricular activities.
Okay.
It's very raunchy, it's very sexy, but it still has my signature twists and turns throughout the series.
Yeah. And look, I'm like, just from that juju, we're gonna have to check that out. Okay? We got the buddy reads. So because we have related it to like series, like I know when me and folks, some of the girls from the group, we talked about the book together. A few of us buddy read it. When you think about this being casted, I don't know, who would be your dream cast? Have you thought about that? Like
Gabrielle Union, definitely for Mary Jane. I don't know if it's because she played Mary Jane before, but that's who I see. From the size, the complexion, the little sass that she brings.
Yeah.
I see Gabrielle Union. Male wise, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who could play Bryce. I don't see Michael B. Jordan. I don't see Idris Elba. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that for Bryce.
Yeah.
Blonde Jane. I can never remember the lady's name, but she's the mom of the little fat girl on the Willy Wonka remake movie. The blonde lady.
Yes,
that has on the sweatsuit.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yes. Oh,
That's
I
who
can
I
see her
see as
doing.
blonde. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
That's who I see as Blonde Jane. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But I feel like I'm hoping it's coming. It's coming.
Okay. When you think about the story and the scenes, what I guess which scene are you most excited for readers, someone who hasn't read, to maybe experience for the first time?
The pool scene. I won't say too much, but the pool scene.
Yeah. I would agree. Yeah, I would agree. I agree.
Pool scene.
Something there. If you had to describe the Janes in 3 words, what would those be? It's not a one question.
Let's see. Twisted. Deception. What the fuck? Can that be one word?
Because I probably said it a few times in my little group chat, like what did they on? Oh, good. And if anything, like you said, completely suspenseful. Like I just, and unpredictability. That was like my thing too the whole time reading it. If you now think about, and I don't know if it's from any books or your other books, but a fictional character from any book, which would fit perfectly in the world of the Janes?
Ooh, in the Janes.
Yes.
I think the Janes was missing a Terry McMillan character. The mama, the knowledge of somebody in there. So somebody from maybe a Day Late and Dollar Short, or one of her mama characters. Somebody with some knowledge and some.
She could have consulted, or
yeah.
And even maybe them being in her corner almost, right? Like, come on, girl, we already know friend. So yeah, I can see that. I can see that. So outside of the James, though, I do want to tap in a little bit to the coloring book. What inspired you with the coloring books? I think that's such a good idea. And then this one, like we're always talking about our book boyfriends. We always say I've added who this to the roster.
And that's
And
what
you just got
inspired it.
this.
Y'all
Like you see
did.
this.
Readers did. My book
Yeah.
boyfriend this, my book boyfriend that. And it's
Yes.
actually going to be 6 different coloring books in the series. So,
Okay.
different things. You're going to have the good man, the bad boy series, the paranormal type
Yes.
boyfriend. So I have 5 more coming. So that's number 6. Well, the first
Okay.
one of 6. But y'all did just always hearing y'all talking about those men that you love and you
Yes.
read. And I just felt like it's not enough coloring books celebrating Black men either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's another reason. That's another reason.
And I ain't gonna lie, like we got away from coloring, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And by day I'm a clinician, so for us therapeutically, we do invite clients to color. We do mandalas, but we have coloring pages and sheets, and that's just
Mm-hmm.
something that's comforting. It
Mm-hmm.
connects us to our inner child. It's soothing. It's a mindfulness activity. So beyond
Mm-hmm.
that, I feel like this is so perfect for readers
Yes. Yes.
because the other day weekend it was so hot. I was inside. I
Mm-hmm.
had an audio book in my ear, and then I had this coloring
Mm-hmm.
book.
Mm-hmm.
I started. Who was my other boo? I started on. Yeah, I
Yep.
started my little my art boo. I ain't
Oh,
finished it yet, but
okay.
I was just sitting there coloring it while listening to my audiobook, and I was
Mm-hmm.
so just had my little candle lit, drink on the
Mm-hmm.
side. But I was like, this is such a good idea. And then the other
Thank
one you
you.
just put out, I was like already in my cart.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so y'all definitely get on the
Thank
book,
y'all. Thank you.
get on
Thank you.
all the
Thank you.
coloring books.
When she
Yes.
said, "Take all my coins."
Yes, yes, really. But I love that. I love the creativity. Like I said,
Thank you.
Dawg has journals. I was like, it's a bunch of different stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
all of us bookish people, we
Mm-hmm.
love
Mm-hmm.
this stuff. I love all this stuff.
And then I
It's
see
all
readers
too
always
much.
say they need a palate cleanser, and I thought this would be cute in between stories, in between genres. It would be cute because I'm including different types up in there. So I thought it would be a nice thing for
Yeah,
readers to have.
definitely. So speaking of and thinking about Black authors and publishing, we exist, to celebrate Black authors, and I love just hearing about the journey, what it's been like for you in writing, but also publishing. Because I also was looking at your stamps, and I was like, you have a publishing company, okay? Hardin Publishing Co. Tell us a little bit about that and what that experience, I guess, has been like for you.
Um, so a part of me, well, I've been approached by several big name publishing companies before. But I love my freedom. I really,
Yeah.
really do. Now that I've signed a few deals just in the past week or two with the bigger companies for the audiobooks, that's one thing I ask. Can I still just do me?
Yes.
I want to be able to do what I want to do, write what I want to write,
Yeah.
attend an event if I want to, not because I have to. So I think that was very important to me. And then just making it a real publishing company just opens more doors
Yes.
for a self-publishing author. So that was part of the reason of doing it, doing all the steps, getting the company, buying the ISBNs, buying the barcodes in hopes of it being placed into, the
Yes.
bookstores and the libraries and things like that.
Yeah. And what do you feel or wish, maybe, I guess, even readers, what do you wish we really understood as far as the work that goes into independently publishing a book?
For a lot of authors, the marketing and getting somebody to believe in you is hard. Selling is just, it's just hard in general. So getting somebody to say, I'm going to give this book a try, I'm going to read this after you've worked months on something that you believe is probably the best story ever written, or ever
Yeah.
told. That pushing it's a lot of work. For me, I love it. I have fun
Yeah.
with it. I love to market. I can post every day, 10 times a day. It doesn't bother me, but a lot of
Yes.
authors really, really struggle
Yeah.
with it. So when you're independent and don't have the push of that big company and that team behind you, it can be draining and make you want to give up. So
Yeah.
that's something I
Absolutely.
would want readers to understand about the indie part of it.
Yeah. And I think that's why it's so important for just us to support our indie authors, share, positive reviews and different things like that. And especially like if you
Uh-oh.
what we're doing right now, just talking about this. I know I enjoyed this book. I know my fellow book besties did. And, hopefully those joining either have read it or will read it now, and we'll just
Mm-hmm.
got the catalog. But I love what you said too, just about the freedom that it provides you, because I know some of my faves who I'm so happy with certain authors that have gone traditional, just
Mm-hmm.
celebrate because they're excited.
Mm-hmm.
But I know personally, when I read their indie work
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then I read the
Mm-hmm.
traditional work,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like this don't sound like
Mm-hmm.
these.
Mm-hmm.
And I love these stories because it had your, it sounded like you can tell the difference
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. So, for some we never would notice because they've always been traditional, but for those who weren't and then
Yeah.
was, I
Yeah.
have seen, the
Yeah.
difference. And not that it's like a complete bad thing, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
different, especially when you were drawn to an author, for
Mm-hmm.
the writing style they presented with. So,
Mm-hmm. And one day I may tap into, but right now I want to try it with the audiobook world. I'm going to have the best of both worlds.
yes,
I still have my books, and then you have the audio you're pushing, so I can kind of
yes,
see how it is. But getting to pick my narrators, getting to
yes,
provide the cover art, all of that was important to me, and I made sure it was in my contracts that I've signed this
yes,
week. So um, we'll
yeah,
see. And I think because I don't mind pushing, it doesn't really affect me not having the big push of the
yes.
big team. I do very well with my books, and that's all I've done since 2015. So I
Wow.
haven't worked anywhere else but be an author.
Okay,
So,
congratulations. Yes.
thank you. So, for me, I'm okay right now. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Tanika said,
you.
congratulations on the audio deal. Yeah, definitely. That's big. I
Thank
would
you.
love
I got
to.
three
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
Ah, that is exciting.
Three in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so now we're gonna have to listen. We're gonna have to reread but listen to it. So when you think about just looking ahead in future, like what are you working on now? What can we look forward
So
to?
at the
I
end,
did see a
I have a
little.
book.
I saw a little August date.
I have one coming in this month. So because I've been writing for other people for so long, I have 14 books prepared, fully outlined. So I'm working down the list.
Oh,
I'm dropping one this month. The Cancer Patients Kill List. It's another thriller.
okay.
And then next month I'm dropping Coffee and Cocaine, which is an urban romance.
I already read this.
Um,
I'm ready. That's why I was like, I saw that August one.
Yes,
Yes.
now that I have a 2 book deal for the James the Beginning is coming in October.
Okay.
And then I'm going to end the year with a romance. I won't share the title yet, but I'm going to end it with a romance.
Okay. I love it. We're gonna wait. No titles yet. All that's awesome. But yeah, I was reading earlier the synopsis before we got on Coffee and
Hmm.
Cocaine. I'll have to let me do that pre-order link and watch
It's
that to
urban
see how.
romance. It's urban romance, but I think I blend a lot of things in it. So it's still going to have some twists and turns and it's a little nasty a little bit.
Like a little
So
spice. Like a little spice. You
look,
know,
spice level probably around 7 to 8. But make it black.
say
Yeah.
less.
So so
I like my little chili peppers. Okay.
yeah, now that I'm back writing, I want readers to see to see
Yeah.
how I can bounce between the genres
Okay.
because I've ghostwritten now 67 books for other authors, and that's fiction. That doesn't include the
Wow.
children's books. So, and some other authors are very popular. So,
Yes.
I want them to see how I can kind of navigate between the different genres. So I'm excited.
Yeah. That's so interesting too, because I be forgetting about like ghostwriting with
Hmm.
books too. You hear when
Hmm.
people talk about songs and music, but I'm like, wow.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you're right. I even forgot to mention earlier when I was looking at your catalog, I was like, not the children's books
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that.
And children's book was my go-to for writer's block. Like I would
Okay.
be like, okay, I need a break. Let me write something. So and then
That
I
is.
started getting ghostwriting clients for that, and I can't even tell you how many of those I've done. I
Yeah.
can't even tell you. So I like the freedom, and that's part of my freedom
Yeah.
adventure side. I like to bounce. I like to just do what I want to do.
Yep.
So you guys will be seeing a good mixture
Okay.
of books coming, thrillers, romance. I'm just having fun. I'm
Yeah.
having fun writing again. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and that's
or writing
beautiful.
for
I think that's a
myself
big part.
again.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right, so I have some little I'll call this my rapid fire round.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you some questions and you just give us the answer.
Okay.
So coffee or tea?
T.
Morning writer or night writer?
Night.
Okay. I think I can answer. I don't even know why I put it. I put plot twist or cliffhanger, but I feel like
Plot twist.
um paperback or Kindle?
Kindle.
One book you think everyone should read?
The coldest winter ever.
Yes. Who has it? If y'all have it, log on. Just playing. Yes. What's your favorite TV thriller? Because you mentioned like if you that's your thing.
My
Or
favorite?
mostly.
I don't know. My
Got one.
favorite.
You could probably give us Mad Rex too.
I don't know. Is Dexter considered as a thriller or?
I would say
I
so.
would say
Yeah.
Dexter. I loved him. I loved him.
Yeah, we did. Well, I binged that. Me and my husband, we
Hmm.
watched. Yeah, yeah. Dexter. I love that show. Favorite snack while writing.
Cheez-Its. I think they got crack in it. Cheez-Its.
Okay. Character that you'd actually be friends with.
Ooh. From my book or from somebody else's?
Could be anyone.
Hmm. Ooh, I don't know.
That was a hard one. What about all right? So say from your books.
Lava from Give Him Back.
Give
You
him back.
haven't read her yet, but Lava.
Okay. Okay. What's a character you'd never trust?
Fran from The Hidden Wife.
Okay. I saw that, and I saw there was a couple of the hidden wife ones. I was like, I'm interested. I'm
It's
interested.
3.
Yeah,
Fran.
yeah. One word your readers would use to describe your books.
Twist.
Yeah, yeah. I would agree. Yes, I would agree. So if anyone on here, obviously I've read the Janes, right? Which would be, because like I said, you have an extensive catalog. What would you say would be a good next step that you have on your list to read? What would you recommend me read next from your catalog?
Everybody Lies.
Okay. And I hearted that one today when I was going through your stuff. I actually did that on my Amazon list. Okay. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Everybody
take this one.
Lies.
Okay. All right. So, and thinking this is just a question for me, but I have to know. I spent this whole book, suspicious of literally everybody. Do you ever laugh at us readers like while writing because you knew you were about to we were about to accuse the wrong person?
Absolutely.
So like when you're going through they gonna think this you know what I mean?
It's my motivation. I live to confuse y'all. So I'm sorry, but it's my motivation. I'm like, they ain't never gonna see this coming. That's it fuels me to write the way I write because of that.
Yeah, because you got us. All right, so I do want to see, does anybody that's joined us have any questions? I wanted to make time for any readers that have any questions on any of the books or writing or anything like that. Drop it in or comment. And then someone just said, I read that when it first came out, so I need to read the second one.
Give Him Back. I think she said it to Give Him Back.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see. You'll like part 2. Part 2 comes from multiple point of views, so it's a little different from part 1. So you kind of get a lot more backstory and thoughts from the different characters in part 2.
Gotcha. Well, and if anyone wants to drop a comment for a question. But I have a question too. So with all the writing, like I said, you ghostwriting, you're writing for yourself. What or do you have time to just read too? And if so, what is your go-to reading? Like reading?
Girl, you ought to see the amount of books on my list. Oh my God! I actually thrillers are my favorite. And romance is second. Urban fiction is actually my least. Even though I'm all things black, love black, boom, boom, boom. It's just my least favorite to read. I have so many. Oh God, I can't even tell you where to
Yeah.
start. But I do make myself take breaks.
Okay.
So my next break is in November.
Okay.
From completely no writing and all reading. So I'll be able to catch up on a lot of the books that I have. I want to read Cutthroat. So that's on my list. Number one by Octavia Grant. So I'm going to read that one in November.
Okay. Gotcha. So let's see. We have a question. When The Origins of Jane is released, would you return to share cherry pie with us in person or virtual?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like readers to know, or anything you just, anything else you want to share just about your journey, your books, your catalog, for those that want to know?
Try me. I feel like I'm very underrated, especially in the beginning. I don't know if it's because I was a black author and not many black women write thriller.
Yeah.
So, I always felt like, oh my God, they're gravitating towards the romance and the urban
Yeah.
fiction, but I'm here too,
Yeah.
So give me a chance, try me, because I feel like I put in the things that urban people like in some books and some romance and some different
Mhm.
things. So I feel like giving black women in the thriller space a little more
Yeah.
attention. I would love for readers to find us readers and support us, even though I do have a good bit of supporters. I
Yeah.
just found myself in the beginning really struggling to have a place.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, come on, I'm writing. You better keep up because I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And even though I'm a romance lover, I love urban fiction, but I do like switching up. And like this was a great switch up, a
Mhm.
thriller, mystery, even a little fantasy. We've been talking about doing fantasy, but I love the switch up because you get to see all the different types of stories that just come alive. You know what I mean? And then someone said, if you could talk to any author, who would it be?
James Patterson.
I can see that. Okay. Yeah.
James Patterson. And if I ever get the chance to turn the James into a movie, I think I would want to work with Ryan.
Okay.
Maybe.
I could see.
I'll take anybody to put it on the screen, but I think I would
Yeah.
want to work with
Yeah.
Ryan.
I could definitely see the Janes on screen. Like
Me too.
I would
Me
think
too.
because it even made me think, like we mentioned earlier, like
Mm-hmm.
this reminds me of this. Like I can see this being a
Mm-hmm.
show. And that's one thing I would say more than the romance was like the mystery thriller. Like those are ones like I want to see come alive. I want
Mm-hmm.
a TV adaptation of those.
Yes.
And it's been
Yes.
so
Yes.
fun, and you're like zoomed in. Like I want my popcorn and just be watching how this unfolds. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
went kind of viral on Threads with a post, and they tagged Shonda Rhimes so much. I know she was like, if they don't stop
Like, who
tagging
is
me,
this? Yeah. Yeah.
I know
See,
that was like, if they don't leave me alone. But I'm
but
like,
see,
lady,
I
look
love
at it,
that.
look at it. I'll take a series. I'll take a series.
Yes.
People just
Yes.
look at it.
Yeah. Someone else said the James was a great introduction to you. I'm a fan. And I can't
Thank
believe
you.
that I thought when we talked about this that this was a new release, but like you said, you had changed the
Mm-hmm.
cover.
Mm-hmm.
Which I saw the original one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Mm-hmm.
you. I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I was more drawn. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
I would have, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes. Even
But
though
I
the
get it.
Blonde Jane is absolutely one of the biggest
Yeah.
things about the book, but I was like, you know what, let me make it a little more black for my
Yeah.
readers. And then I just
We
went.
love to see us on the cover. I
Mhm,
mean, it
mhm,
is,
mhm,
I know I'm a cover lust. Like, I'll be drawn to a cover before I even read the synopsis. Then I'll be
mhm.
like, okay, do I want to read it actually? You know what I mean?
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
I was immediately drawn to this, and just also just a little tagline under the title. I was like, yeah, this sounds really interesting,
Thank you,
that
thank you.
alone. If anything, where would you prefer? I like to always ask authors this. If someone wants, like, I put your link to your website
Hmm.
here, but in thinking about the fact that you are you publish yourself, where do you want people to primarily shop and purchase your books? I know that you have your stuff on Amazon, but you also have your own website. Do you have a preference of where people shop?
Yeah, Kindle, is fine with Amazon. If you want paperback, definitely find me on my website because I'm
Okay,
able to sign it and leave little notes. So,
love that.
definitely either one. Either one. Both of them pay the bills. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
either one works for me.
Okay. And are you at any upcoming? I know people love to know, like, well, I have my paperback. I want to get it signed. Any upcoming
Oh
books
my
that's
god.
anything that you'll be at?
So since I've been in these streets, I've been invited to so many here lately. So I'm trying to shuffle through. I am going to attend Love in Hollywood.
Okay.
I'm going to attend the Chicago Urban Book
Okay.
Festival. I will be in Charlotte at an event in September. So
Okay.
I'll try to make sure I post it on my Facebook. If you're looking for me, Facebook, I'll make sure I put everything that I'm going to go to there. Because I've done so many invites, I can't do them all. But
Yeah.
it's like so
And
many
it's a
people
lot going
didn't,
this year. I can't
yeah,
keep up.
so many
Like,
people didn't know I was out here. And now that I'm just making waves, they're like, oh my God, let me try to get her in there. So I think I have to shuffle through 6 or 7 invites to see which ones I can make it to.
yeah, well, that's a beautiful thing. Well, good. Well, y'all heard her. Those upcoming spots. Visit Facebook. Get your book signed.
Yes, yes.
I'm excited, and I need to go further into your catalog. Which, like, this was a great introduction because this needed to be read. You know
Thank
what I mean?
you. Thank
As
y'all
someone
so
said,
much.
so yeah, so
Absolutely.
definitely, so from the coloring book to the artist, she said she'll be in Hollywood, so you're gonna get your books.
Yay.
Take my book with you,
I'm definitely
girl,
going to do
please.
that one. Hollywood is on my list to visit, so it just works out for me. I'm definitely going to that
Yeah. All right, Tamika, you need to take my book with you to get this
one.
out. But my book can. So good. Well, I'm so happy that we connected, that I read your story, that I'm
Thank
gonna get further
you.
into your catalog, color my pages, get
Thank
the
you.
influence out there. I definitely look forward to Coffee and Cocaine coming out August. I'm gonna check out the other one you suggested too.
Hmm.
But I want to say thank you so much for just being the Black author writing your Black ass stories,
Thank you.
publishing books, and I'm just glad that we're in this space to support authors like you. And I'm
Thank you.
glad that we invited you to come on the spotlight just to share about your journey, your stories, and I love understanding or getting to know authors just personality wise, and just how you want us to also receive the stories that you put out into the world. So
Thank you so much for having me.
yes, absolutely. But otherwise, I am going to wrap this up.
Thank
Guys,
you.
if you see the link, the catalog, click it. It's also, I linked it in our story when I was sharing before we started this live. So definitely connect. I am going to repost the recap of this interview on our YouTube and the majority of the portion on Reels on Instagram. So it'll
Okay.
be tagged there. Everybody, please make sure follow, connect on Facebook because I feel like that's where you
Thank you.
active.
It
You
is.
really
It
stay
is. It
active on
is.
that Facebook. I'm gonna put the link there too. But I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to more works that you put out. But also going back into this catalog with these 60 plus books that you got
Thank
online. So
you.
yes, yeah, you gonna keep us busy.
I will.
But good. Until next time, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.